Hi, my name is Bianca DiPietro. I'm the program coordinator and professor of the graphic design program here at Humber College at the North Campus. I became interested in education after becoming a designer. I studied for 6 years at York University in design, obtained my master's, and then decided to obviously work. I started off in publishing and then worked my way through a couple companies before I started teaching part-time at Sheridan College. And then once I got into teaching, I really enjoyed how dynamic teaching is. So I coincidentally had a master's, and when you have a master's, you can apply for full-time jobs. So that's what I started doing. So that's kind of how I ended up here. I came to Humber 4 years ago in 2016. At the time, Humber was one of 3 schools offering a full-time position in graphic design in education. I chose Humber because Humber was one of the top schools to actually study graphic design in the GTA. So the program was quite kind of renowned in comparison to others, so that's why I chose Humber. I would say my favorite part of my job is, as cliche as it sounds, seeing the students succeed. So at the end of the year, each graduating cohort, when they put their show together, it's quite amazing to see what they can put together in 3 years, and seeing how they've developed over 3 years. Yeah, and really grown as people, as designers, and really improved themselves over time. The problems that I deal with on a daily basis are probably more systemic problems, so like things like registration, and I have students come in here and with like financial difficulties, just things where students are maybe out of step with curriculum and it's hard to get them back into step. So just like things where, yeah, like things that are kind of systemic and rely on other departments as well. Yeah, and mostly like registration, things that like kind of like are not me dealing with students and like the educational part of the experience, but the other stuff. Yeah. Definitely soft skills. So the skills that we tell our students all the time that are super important is like, you know, being a team player, collaborating, having a positive attitude, dealing with people. As industry changes and evolves more and more, there's more work to be done in terms of how you collaborate and how you generate ideas with others. So I think even in my job, I have to deal with students, I have to deal with faculty, I have to deal with my colleagues, I have to deal with admin team, support staff, all kinds of people. So you have to be a team player in multiple capacities. My typical day looks like a lot of emails, number one. I get in anywhere between 80 to 100 emails a day. Some of those are not actionable, others are. So emails is definitely part of my job. I do teach, so even as program coordinator, I still teach 3 classes. So I teach whatever is in my roster that semester, I will be teaching. I'm part of a program coordinator's meeting, usually once a month, so that's like I have to be preparing for whatever is the deliverables of that. I have these student meetings, I mentor students, I coach students when they're in their final year for next year, revising curriculum, meeting with program advisory committee members who advise on how the program should develop over time. All kinds of stuff, internship, like, yeah, you say it, I'm basically doing it in some capacity, yeah. My favorite thing about Humber is the people. So both the students and the faculty. I love my colleagues. They are the funnest people I've ever worked with in my career in terms of like working as a designer and kind of transitioning my career from designing to actually teaching design. I'm always learning because there's so many different faculty here that have specialties in so many different areas like coding and motion and storytelling and animation and photography and all of that. So there really is no limit to what you can do and who you can collaborate with and who you can learn off of. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.